So I had some technical difficulties the first round of this league, so I didn't play that one recorded. So we went 4-0 in the league, and here for a two-man for our fifth round. So the die roll. We're going to play first. And we will continue our lucky trend of having land spells and a bird. I'll keep. Haven't seen Pontiff yet. Maybe this is a matchup it's good, maybe it's a matchup it's terrible, who knows. That is the responsibility we face for playing Pontiff or something like that. I think I do want to fetch Basic Forest because we have Sacred Foundry in our hand, so pretty sure Plains is more important than Forest. Actually, that might not be true because we have Sacred Foundry, but whatever, I made my bed. Godless Shrine. Okay. Not exactly sure what that means, but we are going to pay 2 life and play Courser. Could be like an old school white-black Eldrazi deck. Could be black-white tokens. Could be some 4th color splash in another deck. We'll find out. If it's black-white tokens, then our Orzhov Pontiff's going to be dope. A Marsh Flats. Yep, looks like it's tokens. Alright, this Pontiff's going to be great. So I do want to save my Restoration Angel for Pontiffing. And I don't think this Courser is going to be that bad. It's going to help us race, so just going to play my thing, attack, draw my Courser next turn, and sit tight on my Pontiff. Sword, okay. Just more delicious food for our human cleric. Give me an Auriok champion, come on. Ooh, Eiley, that's sweet. Yeah, I can dig that. So this might be some kind of like martyr deck. Alright. We'll crack our land. I guess I'll go ahead and get my Overgrown Tomb, pay 2 life, spike to land. Since we drew a land, we can play our second Courser first. I guess that also gives an extra life to our opponent, but I don't think that's too relevant. I could be wrong. And we will go ahead and... I guess I should have attacked first, because then maybe my opponent blocks with Eiley. So that was probably wrong. Yep, that was bad. Who knows? Maybe they block, maybe they wouldn't. Still should have given them the option. But yeah, I was thinking of some like martyr decks with Eiley. It would be fairly easy to turn on her ultimate, and then like in conjunction with like Bitter Blossom, like our opponent has, or like Squadron Hawk. You know, you could do some stuff with that. Sounds like a pretty sweet deck. Teysa. Okay. It's been a while. I played some tournaments with this card. Whenever another black creature control dies, put a 1/1 spirit into play. Alright. That could be pretty scary. Not gonna lie. I think, again, I am happy to send my coursers. Maybe I'm just falling into a terrible, terrible trap. But I think I want to get this off the board. Okay. And now I will resto my Pontiff. Might get blown up by Path to Exile. Who knows? Oh, I guess my opponent could sacrifice everything to exile the Pontiff. Didn't really consider that one, not gonna lie. That does seem better than just losing these two things. I mean, they would get a spirit out of the deal, but I don't know. It's probably the decision they're thinking about too. Black-white tokens with Teysa and Eiley. Probably some other sweet white-black legends that I'm not thinking of too. What could it be? I suppose this is a decision they think is going to make or break this game. So they would be giving off, like, trading a lot of their utility resources, like these unique effects, Teysa and Eiley, to keep some stuff in play. I guess it depends how valuable Teysa is. Hard for me to say, since I've not played my opponent's deck. And it looks like a bit of a brew. Alright, so our opponent decided to sacrifice most of their board to Teysa to exile the Pontiff, which I think makes some amount of sense. Probably going to shuffle away this BGH. Don't think it's going to do much. Sorin. That card could be pretty scary. Oh, this is old school Sorin. Alright, gonna crack this, fetch land, get red green. Option Veil is not bad, it's just a big thing. And Chord is definitely great. Gonna send both at Sorin, I suppose. Just try to get some of our opponent's board position melted away. Might not want to get rid of a flyer, makes sense. Okay, just jump both, sure. And we'll play this Obstinate Bailiff. We are threatening to combo kill our opponent next turn if they tap out, or do not kill our Restoration Angel this turn. Alright, well I guess the Chord was good enough. Alright, for game 2, we don't have a lot of options against like a tokeny deck. We do have a Rex Sage that can kill Bitter Blossoms. I assume Sun Collector's good. Like, our opponent, we didn't see Spectral Procession or Lingering Souls, but I would be hard-pressed to imagine they don't have those cards. All the flying stuff is good. Bailiff seems a little loose. Usually these matchups are kind of grindy, and especially our opponent's set up with like Hylian stuff. We definitely want these Lightning Helixes. We saw a bunch of good X3s. Maybe one Dismember. Spellskite doesn't look that good. Voice didn't look that good. Probably just board out all of those. BGH is probably bad. And this is probably, oh right, 62. Yep. Okay. Board that Dismember back in. Good to go. Just makes sideboarding so easy. I always think I have to get to 60, and I don't. Huh. On the draw, have a removal spell for our opponent's like first big utility creature or whatnot. Got a Witness, got a Courser. Sure, I'll keep. Guess we could just snap off this Pride Mage on a Bitter Blossom. Alright, so maybe they're a little bit more Soul Sisters than I originally thought. Maybe Martyr and, gosh, what is the name of the Baneslayer Angel? Can't even think of the name right now. But maybe Bitter Blossom is just like the only black card in the deck because it's just so powerful. Or not non-gold colored, I guess I should say. Beat me down with some 1/1s. I'll fetch basic Forest. Play my Pride Mage. Brick wall your squadron of 1/1s. Definitely played that deck before on Magic Online or something similar, and the triggers are pretty obnoxious. Not sure. I guess we'll probably crack for Overgrown Tomb and Player Courser. Not sure exactly. I think we do want access to black mana. Alright, the life train keeps rolling. Maybe a little Squadron Hawk action or something in my future. Jeez. So if my opponent is making this attack, I can only assume they have a card called Zealous Persecution in their hand. In which case, I do not want to let them use their mana this turn. I would rather just take 2 damage. And next turn, Courser can block for free. I do not want to attack with my Pride Mage, though, because I still want to deter my opponent from attacking unless they want to commit to persecuting me for the turn. Also gives me the option of double blocking one of them, which is something that I'll probably consider if my opponent does just attack. I'm fine trading Pride Mage for Zealous Persecution in my opponent's whole turn, especially if they just played a Vault. Teysa. Alright. A bunch of tokens are going to be annoying, that's for sure. Especially combined with said Zealous Persecution. So I can try to dismember my opponent's Teysa and get them to commit to whether they want to actually make that play. Alternatively, I can play Pia and Kiran Nalar, but then the Zealous Persecution is actually problematic. I think what I want to do is play Wall of Omens, leave up Evergrown Tomb, draw a card, try to spike a land on my Courser, and if I do not, I will probably pass the turn and try to dismember my opponent's Teysa in their upkeep so I can save some damage. Alright, we bricked on that. Did find a path, though. Which might be something we're interested in keeping. I don't know if we want to pay additional life to make that happen. Alright, so now need to decide whether I want to dismember my opponent's Teysa. Guess I could just also wait. Yeah, I can just wait. Do kind of wish I had just forced the issue on the Zealous Persecution earlier, the way the game's played out at this point, but oh well. Alright, I am going to crack and save some life, because I think my life total is going to be under pressure this game. Gonna go ahead and... it is other right. Oh no, she does counter self. I guess that is relevant. Dismember Teysa, make our opponent make a decision. It's another black creature though, right? Yep. Okay. Block. Let's see. Okay, I would actually like to force out the... So if this happens and my opponent vaults and I just trade two of my things for their whole turn, that's fine. And if they want to persecute, then they eat my Pride Mage and I take two, totally fine as well. If I was incredibly trying to incentivize my opponent into using their Zealous Persecution, maybe I should only block with my Pride Mage, but I don't know. Like, this kind of forces the play of activate Vault, but I save a point of life, potentially 2 life, which could be relevant. It's tough to say. Stuff like that's really close. I think I just want to play Witness, get back a land, and play my Ooze. One of my big bottlenecks right now is just mana. And also, I really don't want this wall of roots, and I'd like to hit another land. Oh, that was awesome. And I'm just going to leave Courser back again. Just makes my opponent have to make some harder decisions. Don't think the 2 light's going to be relevant. Probably just going to kill my opponent with Resto Kiki. Although I do have to, I guess, get my opponent below 3 Souls effects before I can technically combo kill them. I think I just want to make this block. Another Teysa. Okay, maybe should have played Teysa before. Oh, I guess she doesn't trigger off of them dying. Never mind. At this point, I'm cool with attacking since our life total's fairly high. We have Scavenging Ooze. Neither of these creatures are really things I'm interested in getting into combat right now. And I will just Pontiff my opponent if they commit to this block. Go ahead and exile Teysa. Deal damage. Okay. So my opponent decided that persecuting my Courser away was worth it. Fine with me. I can play my Pia now. Eiley. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Well, you can go buck wild over there. That's a bit of an issue. Well, I'm more than happy to trade off any resources I possibly can. I keep thinking when this dies, he's going to get another spirit, but he's not. So this is probably going to eat my, yep, Pia. Alright. It's definitely going to be tough to keep that thing in check. I think we're just going to deal 3, play out our birds, pass. Probably should have just attacked with these Thopters, that was bad, but they're not doing anything on defense. Gonna try to trade my Resto for this Teysa. Decline a trigger, whatever. if I like never noticed that there's like a knight kneeling before Restoration Angel. So we're going to try to block this thing. It's probably going to get vaulted. We're going to trade, and hopefully that keeps the Eily engine relatively under control, since our opponent won't be able to like double up on black creatures. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Okay, just doing it now. That's fine. Basically the same thing. I'll take 2. Opponent didn't gain some life, I guess, is the difference. Another Courser. Keep the grinding going. Alright, now we need to start attacking. Yeah, so any of like the big draws in our deck are really good. Chord or Witness or anything like that. We got a Courser going. Eily is actually turned off on this very moment. Our opponent is under 30 life, so that's good. Although I guess a Vault activation would put them back up to 30, but that would use too much mana to throw any creature at us. TikTok. This deck is fun to play, though. It's been a while since I've played anything like Birthing Pod-esque, I suppose. Spectral Procession. Alright, well that's a nice target for our Pontiff, as I'm sure our opponent knows, and that's probably why they were tanking. Go ahead and get those things out of here. Alright, and they conceded.